Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the show. Fernando.
Welcome to the show, guys.
Today we have another Morel integration series of speakers. This one is for the Ford Bronco. Now this comes in a whole slew of options as far as whether you have the 7-speaker BO system, the regular 6-speaker non-amplified system. For this, we just got the maxed out one. This is the 7, which means it comes with the full set. 3 for across the dash, 2 for in the back, and 2 for the kick panels. But you guys are gonna learn all about these. Let's get started. Vehicle-specific speakers are definitely the future. Car manufacturers are coming out with some very unique sizes, shapes, forms, and well, yeah, it's getting more and more difficult if you don't have some really cool tools to make some of the brackets that these things need. So Morel has come out with a bunch of those. We've seen those in the past. They have new Ford speakers, even though this is a Ford, they have the bigger Ford speaker with the new 8-inch. They have Chevys, they have some Toyotas, and now we have the very popular Ford Bronco speaker system, which actually this was like the first set. We just finally getting around to it. Enough talking, let's open the box and take a look. Now, most of the time we'd pull this and we'd be like, let's see what is on here, but Morel doesn't really do much of that other than put some information right here. In this case, this is the BRKIT 7. This is for 2021 and up Ford Broncos. This is the 7-speaker kit, 5 4-inch point source speakers, 2 6.5-inch woofers, and the plug-and-play harnesses. As always, the packaging from Morel is, well, quite impressive. We have this nice foam top right here to cover the speakers. Inside we have this, the owner's manual. There is not a lot as far as owner's manuals go. They basically talk a little bit about installation. Of course, the QR code take you off to their video. Then they have some basic information about the speakers. There's a 4-inch and a 6.5-inch, which we know. Frequency response for the 4-inch is 80 to 2500. For the mid bass, it is 80 to 3000. Recommended high pass crossovers for these is 300 hertz. Recommended high pass for the mid bass is going to be 80 hertz with a low pass of 300 hertz, which is to match up with these guys because these don't need to play these frequencies. Power handling across the board for these is 80 watts. This is 140 watts. Yes, it is a staggered power. These will work fine with 80 watts, so don't, like, if I have an amp that's just 80 watts across the board, but if you want to put a little bit more power to these, you can. As far as efficiency goes, they're actually relatively close. These are 92 and these are 91. Now, what is not pictured here is the one other option they have, which is a tailgate mounted 10-inch subwoofer to complete the package if you wanted to do a full Morel system in your car. With that, let's get these out of the box and take a closer look at them. This is the factory Bronco speaker. Stamped steel, does have a nice foam surround here. It is a coaxial with a little tiny tweeter. Just how tiny, you ask? About 3/4, 0.7, it's about 3/4. Plugs in with this little clip right here. It has the capacitor for the tweeter mounted onto the side. And well, everything else is done through the amplifier that this has connected to it, or the factory radio, which the factory radio does have a crossover in it. Standard style magnet. This is it for what you have if you're wondering what your factory speaker looks like. We are going to be replacing it today with the Morel Elate point source driver. Let's learn more about this guy. The tweeter inside of the Morel, a 1 1/4-inch tweeter as opposed to this, so double the size of the tweeter. This is a silk soft dome tweeter, and why they call it a point source is unlike the coaxial style coaxial where there's a neck that extrudes out from the speaker and brings the tweeter up here. A point source is designed to keep the tweeter as flat down and as close to the mid-range as possible. Speaking of the mid-range, it's a 2.1-inch voice coil on the mid-range, which the tweeter sits inside of. It does use a neomagnet, has a cast aluminum basket that is designed to match up to this stamped steel basket, so you get a much more rigid speaker. This does have more power handling. This is 80 watts. This doesn't even tell us, so we'll say 15 to 20 watts. Sure. Anyways, if you noticed, it does have the set of terminals. This is bi-ampable. This is the tweeter side here with the 2 little wires. This is the mid-range. It also tells us woofer. This particular speaker is the IR BR4INT. BRKIT, handcrafted by Morel, made in Israel. And it comes with this little sticker on it, which we will remove so we don't accidentally leave it in the vehicle. It does come with a passive crossover that has the same plug as the factory on it. So when we unplug these, we can plug this in, and then we have this nice passive crossover with labels on the wiring that tells us tweeter positive, woofer negative. That will connect up to these terminals on here, clip it in, screw it into the dash using the factory screws that it comes with. However, if you want to go fully active on this, you can, and that's why it has this biampableness to it. If you were going to do that, I would recommend using this, cut it off of the crossover and connect it to the mid-range and run your new tweeter wires up to the front to power this. It uses a rubber surround as opposed to a foam surround, which is nice because it is sitting up in the top of the dash, and this speaker is the same throughout the vehicle. They're not numbered, they're not in sequence, so you can use this for any position, any of the 5 positions in the car if you have the BO system, or any of the 4 positions if you don't, meaning the 2 in the dash, the 2 in the back. Next up you have this guy. This is the factory 6.5. There again, plastic. Oh, fun joy. It does have a nice foam surround and a nice piece of gasket material here. And you can see that they don't expect this thing to move much because you can see the grill right here. It attaches to it. Typically, these are going to rattle from the factory, in some cases with the aftermarket. Factory plug is this thing right here sticking out of the bottom. Standard style magnet. And yeah, it's a standard Ford speaker. This is the same speaker they put in all their vehicles. But today we're going to be removing this and we're going to be putting in this guy, the Morel. Yeah. Check it out. Ooh. Power handling on this as opposed to this. This is 140 watts. So you could put a little bit more power to this mid bass if you want to. This uses the Elate basket. It is not the Elate driver, but it's using that nice aluminum basket that's available on the Elates, the Sensus, and the Hybrid. This piece here is an aluminum bracket that this is dropped into place and screwed into. Very similar to the new 8-inch drivers that we have where they make a universal speaker, and then we have a bunch of aluminum brackets that are designed for it to drop into. We have the plug right here that is the factory plug. This also has a 2.1-inch Hexatech aluminum voice coil, just like the 4-inch. It has the Morel optimized one-piece DPC cone, and what I mean by that is the cone is all one piece, including the dust cap. It also uses a rubber surround. Did I mention this is aluminum? Like, this is insane. This is fantastic. So definitely a significant upgrade between what we're doing with the factory and what we're adding with the Morel. Let's hop in the vehicle now and we'll show you how to get these into the car. To get this top grill out, there's a couple different ways to do it. We start with a very thin pry tool and just open up the gap a little bit, and then we move to our plastic pry tool, which creates just enough space for us to get that open. And with that, you have room to get your finger in there and get the rest of the clips up. And there are 5 metal clips on the back of this, so keep that in mind when pulling this out. Next, the speaker uses 2 7mm screws. Using some form of a right angle or a ratchet is the best way to get those out. Lift it up out of place. There is plenty of wire to pull it out of the dash. One little clip right here. Hold the speaker away from the windshield and unclip it. For the mid-range, we do need to connect the passive crossover, and it is easier to do it here on the bench than sitting in the vehicle. Because it is just 4 wires, I like to twist them together to make the installation just a little bit more streamlined. And then because we are putting these into the dash, and the dash is rather tight, we're gonna insulate the wires with some tape so they don't rattle around and make a bunch of noise in the car. I'm not gonna tape up over the flags. If I do that, then I won't know which wire goes to which terminal. Grab the woofer wires, negative, positive, tweeter wires, negative, positive. And make sure the little rubber sleeves here cover the whole gold little terminal. And now this is prep. Let's jump back into the vehicle. Then take your Morel driver, snap it into place, fold the wire into the dash. This will sit flush into the dash. There should be no resistance. Then put back in your 2 7mm screws that you just took out and replace your grill. Let's hop into the back and we'll show you how to do the rear speakers. For the rear pods, we're going to take that same metal tool we used for the front, or just thin pry tool, and get up underneath it and do a little, and that pops it right out. On this, it just uses these 4 little plastic clips to hold it in place. Unlike the front, this uses 2 Phillips screws The clip is rather tight here at the top. Now, one of the advantages of going to the Morel over the factory, as you can see here, unlike the front that has a tweeter in the center, this one is a single cone driver. And with the Morel, we're now going to be adding a tweeter to the rear to really improve that rear performance. To install the Morel, plug in the harness, carefully tuck the crossovers into place, turn the driver until you line up the screw holes, replace the 2 screws, snap the grill back on. Now let's replace the kick panel speakers. The first step in getting into the kick panel is removing the floor sill. This you can get to by simply grabbing into the area here. You can also use a small pry tool to get the corner up. Best practice is this will just come up using good old-fashioned grip strength. To get the kick panel out on the driver's side, there is your footrest. Use your pry tool to remove the footrest. On the back side of it is 6 clips, so it's gonna give a little bit of resistance. Underneath it are these 2 holes here. These 2 holes have a 10mm located deep down inside of it. Those need to be removed so that the kick panel will come out. The next thing that you can do is remove this grill. By doing that, start towards the front of the vehicle, not here. This is awfully alluring. Don't start here. Start here or start here at the top with your fingers, and you can reach up behind it and start prying it off. There's 2 little clips here, but as you can see, there's a tongue and groove system towards the front here. If you start prying here, you're going to break it. Now, this doesn't necessarily need to come off. What it allows you to do is get better hand strength in here, because on the back side of this, you have this clip located right here at the front that is a bit of a booger. You also need to, on the side of the dash, pull this area right here up. It clips into here so that this can come out. You don't have to remove it, you just have to get it loose. This panel, this is what we call fragile. This is not a very secure, well-made panel. Go slow, take your time, and make sure you get into this good to remove this one clip. When you're done with that, pick yourself up some sound treatment, and I strongly recommend sound treating the inside of the panel to make it more rigid and less likely to buzz or vibrate. That exposes us to the kick panel speaker. That exposes the speaker in the kick panel. To remove it, there's 3 7mm screws, 1 at the bottom, 1 towards the back, and 1 located up here at the top. Remove those, and the speaker drops out of place. Push the center of the clip, it will come right out. For an upgrade, I do recommend adding some sound treatment to the back wall here, as well as this whole surrounded area. It will greatly improve the performance of the driver. Just like the factory, clips right in, lift up into place, replace your 3 7mm screws, and put the kick panel back together. And at that point, you're done. You now have the new Morel system installed in your vehicle. How cool is that?
It is fantastic.
It's fantastic. Fair disclosure, Fernando did most of the work here. I just filled in and did the voice part, so good job. As always, we hope you enjoyed this video. Fernando.
On to the next one, guys.
Head over to morelhifi.com, learn more about these speakers. If you want to, you can do a deep dive. They also have a bunch of other integration speakers, and you can type in your make and model, and they will see if there is something available for you. As always, bye.
Bye.